Coach, I guess first question, what have you seen from Texas A&M's offense? And obviously they got a new quarterback that's starting to get comfortable now.
Oh yeah, I mean, they're exactly what's advertised. That's the reason they had I think they were top 5 ranking going into last week. Big, physical, run the football. Obviously got an All-American tailback. Tight end is as talented as one of I've ever seen. And then really good speed and skill outside at the receiver position. Like you said, the quarterback's, getting comfortable more and more. He can make all the throws. I mean, you see him throw wide field comeback or, throw the deep ball. They'll do it all, and they're obviously physical up front in the offensive line. So, they do a good job of mixing it up, run the ball down your throat, and then play action pass you and drop back game and explosive plays through the air.
What did you see from when you watched the film of the LSU game? What kind of stood out to you about your defense? Good or bad?
Yeah, obviously give up points on explosive plays. That's kind of the name of the game of football right now. And if you can limit explosive plays and make a team operate all the way down the field, typically you have a good chance of getting them off schedule and getting a stop. And when you give up explosive plays, particularly when they end up in touchdowns, you give up points. And obviously we gave up a few too many.
How much does Jalen Green embody the mindset of what you want on this defense with his attacking, violent mindset?
Yeah, I think Jalen's like the rest of the guys. We're getting more comfortable in Jalen. Obviously, him being his first year in it seems like he's getting more comfortable in it. But we got a lot of things to work on. Everyone on the defense, so we're trying to get those cleaned up because we got to be better.
How much has Aaron Odom added to that DN rotation since he's got back involved?
Yeah, I know he's been playing D tackle for us. Getting in there, spelling Crumity, and that's a DeMonte got in there as well. So we got a nice little rotation going up front. I think our D-line's doing a nice job there. They're playing awfully physical in the run game right now and doing some good stuff that disrupts the opposing offensive line.
With DeMonte, is it just a matter of getting those reps and experience?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, not playing last year, that's obviously a lot of valuable time. And then we originally thought he might be a Sam linebacker when we first got here. And then we've transitioned back to DN where we think is a little more natural position for him. And so, but he got in there and performed well and did some really good things. So we're excited about what he's showing.
You mentioned that the running back they have, Isaiah Spiller, obviously he's pretty good. Understatement there. Just with your run defense though, has also been pretty good. Like how do you feel that matchup can go, and do you try to do anything to, anything that you haven't done in the previous weeks, or just kind of stay the course?
Well, I'd assume they'd watched last year's game and saw they rushed for over 200 yards and probably sleep just fine at night going against us.
That play in the secondary kind of looked like Sean Preston and Kyle Duncan got mixed up in the breakdown that happened on that touchdown. Colin said yesterday that him and Sean had a conversation right away on the sideline, talking about that. How important is that some of those veteran guys hold themselves accountable before you have to say something?
Oh, I think it's anytime you got a guy running through the deep middle with no one around him, that's a pretty poor reflection of us as coaches. So it's easy to call out the players and say there was a mistake there, but obviously we haven't done a good enough job of coaching it and getting it understood. So we're all in this together, but anytime you have a bust like that, that's me responsible more than them.
You had 2 healthy middle linebackers for the first time in a while. I had Nate back. How was that rotation with him and Jet against LSU?
Yeah, we really rotated Jet, Buki, and Brule. Between Mike and Will, they kind of all 3 played both positions, so we could keep them fresh and have fresh bodies in there at all times. So that's the nice part about Jet and Nathaniel, is that they both know both positions, all the assignments, so they can be swing guys either or. And then as you get into the rhythm of the game, you kind of see who's got the hot hand and who's playing the best, and then you increase those guys' reps.
One of your guys makes a penalty on special teams like Rodney did. How do you help him bounce back from that?
Like I said, obviously you educate them. Not that's been spoke about, those particular special circumstances and penalties that exist on in the kicking game that don't exist on offense, defense. Obviously you can try to jump over an offensive lineman and bat a pass down, but you can't do it in the kicking game. But those have been covered. They've obviously been recovered, and you educate the guy, and then you hopefully get him motivated back to come out and compete again, because he played for us on defense and did some good things, and obviously he's probably getting raked over the coals for that mistake, and that's just kind of the world we live in now with social media and everything, but that comes with the territory. But he knows. I'll bet you he doesn't do it again.
Cameron Richardson stepped in for Emmanuel there late. I mean, what have you kind of seen from him in fall camp, maybe early on now in practices, if he has to get some more reps there?
Oh, I think DCam's going to get more reps. I mean, obviously we feel good enough about him getting him out there, and he's long, athletic, can run, and that's kind of what you're looking for in corners in this league. And so it's good he got his feet wet a little bit. Obviously, wish it would have been under better circumstances. You know, Emmanuel having to leave after getting a little dinged up there, but he performed well, and I would expect that you'll probably see him in a little bit more here in the coming weeks.